is enough, and it's time for a change.
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some love! Oh yeah!
With Kinny, Killa.
Hey yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby, and we are live! Woo!
I'm the goddamn sugar shoe.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold Simpson!
Yep.
Alright. Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is Sunday, it's episode 77 and I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And as always, I am kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the Newport Knight, the Welsh Wizard, the goddamn Sugar Shugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
Now we have the return of Mr. Joshua Smith. He had to go last week, but he is back. That's right. Joshua, how you doing?
Just like Chris Jericho, I'll always come back for more.
Well, you might have come back for a beating sucker.
I think so.
Now, as Triple H has always says, okay, when problems go down, you look to your friends, you look to the sickheads. Now, we're meant to have Mark and Jessy Colon from Podcast About Nothing on the show, but they've had to go away, so we rescheduled them on, but you look to your friends, you look to the sickheads, you look to the master of the top rope elbow, Steve Dawson.
Yep, Plan B has arrived.
And also the head of fan relations, that's right, Mr. James Powers.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, you did it for me, mate, today.
Not a problem, fella, anytime.
Right.
See, I would gloat that Josh was on, so I can't gloat about Everton beating them, can I?
Oh, man. You know what? We'll get into the football a little bit later, but you all good?
Yeah, I'm good, fella.
Alright, good. Steve, Arsenal yesterday, I thought they were going to take it down. Wiltshire was playing out of his skin. Sanchez, what's up?
Sanchez is the boss. I love him.
But, man, what about the end, man? Di Michele's...
Oh, in normal circumstances, I'd be happy with a draw against City, but to concede with 5 minutes to go, that was a bit of a killer.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still undefeated, still haven't lost the game, and we're starting to gel a bit now. So fingers crossed we can beat the Spurs next week and press on.
And Josh, baggies, man.
Do we have to?
Alright, I won't go into that, but you had to go off last week, short, so you're back now this week. Everything's okay?
Yes, everything is okay, other than the beating I saw West Brom handle yesterday. Beating.
I was hoping big things from Brown today, but hey, he ain't done shit so far. Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry, Brown. Shug Daddy. We've been having a laugh this week watching Brawl for Raw, right? With with the commentary of one Waiting and John Pollock. Listen, man, that shit was some funny shit, man.
Yeah, you had to actually watch it as a commentary track, you know? So, I started watching, I got about 20 minutes in, and I thought, wait, actually, I'm going to get the YouTube video, watch it, and then watch them together, and it was much better. I was killing it for the whole way through.
Who made you laugh the most?
Well, it was just the stuff they were saying, about them, they're both, funny in different ways, but it's just, because it's so shit, and they make it so, they're so annoyed by it, but then they gotta watch it all the way through.
Who was your favourite in the Brawl for Raw?
I quite like Bob Holly, when he came out with his massive mullet. And then just got jabbed out of existence by Bart Gunn.
But was it Bodacious Bob and Bombastic Bob? I can't believe that. The new Midnight Express, I completely forgot about them, man. The jobber tag teams. Also, United's playing today, QPR. What do you think?
I think it's going to go either two ways. Either they're going to hold on and get a 1-0 win, or we're just going to blow them out of the water.
And I'm hoping
I don't think there's any in between.
No in between. I'm hoping for the latter. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And we're gonna start off with one question I just want to ask you, because I briefly spoke to him about it before we got on. But I keep calling it turnover. NXT Takeover happened this week. Amazing show. But before we go more into that, Shugs, Kenta into Hideo Itami. Your thoughts, please.
Just bullshit, innit? I thought there's no way they would just leave her alone. Where they were advertising him as Kenta. And then, we all thought, they're just gonna leave him. He's just gonna be Kenta. They're not gonna change him, not gonna do anything. And they made him come out and do it to himself. And it's just, it's amazing how as soon as he changed his name, the commentators started using his new name. And they had no problem with it. It's straight away. It's so like he comes out, says, I'm changing my name to this, and then they're just calling him it instantaneously, like they didn't even know it was gonna happen.
Lies.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Oh man, I hoped for the Kenta. I hoped for the name. The way they were pushing it was like they were going to keep it, but yeah, there we go. You just got to change it. Hideo Itami is a bit of a mouthful. I was surprised they didn't just go for the one name, just Hideo or Itami, just one of them.
It's going to change, innit? They don't like full names, so it's going to change.
Yeah, just Hideo or Dennis Ing.
Dennis Ing.
Dennis Ing. Oh god. Anyway, right, let's just go into the show, okay, people. You can follow us on Twitter. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue is spelled Segue. Also, please email us. That's sundaysegue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Facebook. Also, you can listen to us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please don't forget to rate us on iTunes. We still need to know where we at, people. Also, listen to us on Podomatic, Stitcher, Mixcloud. And don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Right. Also, don't forget to download the Segue app. That's apps.appmakr.com. Search Sunday Segue. Right. Shoutouts time. Right. So it's been a bit slow on the Twitter this week, but we still have some people following us. So again, if I don't think I'll have a chance to miss anyone out, because we actually are on top of it right now. So shout outs to Darren T, that's at Darren T900. Shout outs to Jackie Ellis. Shout outs to Wrestling Comrades, that's the Wrestling Comrades podcast. Shout out to Casey Pelon, that's at Pelon_18. He is a creator of the Wrestling Figures Federation. Also want to give a shout out to Jonay Rodriguez, Andrea, she's one of the hosts of Just Saying podcast, hoping to get them on the show soon. And last but not least, shout out to Wrestling Unlimited. Alright, so shout outs. Shugs, any shout outs?
Nope.
Steve?
I'll give a shout out to Vicky Els, because she's coming to Progress with me in a couple of weeks.
Nice. I would have loved to be there, but hey man, money's kind of tight right now. You know how it is. You got 2 kids.
Bank.
But I'll be there soon. Don't worry about that. James, any shoutouts?
My partner in crime at Mr. President 92.
What are you saying, Mike? Any shoutouts, Josh?
Just anyone who follows me on Twitter at pardon_say again.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. TrueCar.com is a true. Alright, no, actually, I want to give a shout out to our partners in crime. That's it. Max Wrestling Magazine, Craig, Phoenix, and Dazzy Lee. That's right. Make sure you check them out, please. Latest issue is with Adam Cole. Next issue is going to be with Rob Schamberger, and they're obviously going to cover our interview with ODB. Also want to give a shout out to Wrestling News Source.com. Also one of our partners in crime is Richard Hughes, Vicky Els, give a shout out. Black Gunshot. So yeah, those are the shout outs. Guys, we've got a big show today. We have Beat the Clock, me versus Josh. It is taking place, don't worry about that. Also, we have the part 2 of our interview with ODB, the final installment. That's right. You find out a lot about why she left TNA and what TNA is like at the moment backstage. And also, don't forget, we got the weekly poll and the rest of the shiz. So, we're going to get right into the show. Raw, segment 1. Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Start off the show with a steel cage match. Shugs, did you know it, was the season premiere of Raw? Because I didn't.
No. How can you have a season premiere of a show that never goes off TV?
Exactly. Like, it just didn't make any sense. But nevertheless, they were pushing that. We get Jericho versus Bray in the cage. What did you think about the lack of build for this match, though?
Yeah, well, I think the whole show was sort of like thrown together. Like last week, they said what would be happening this week, but it didn't seem to be going with any consistency. The matches just seem like they've gone back to the old feuds when the last 2 weeks they haven't really been concentrating. So Orton moved off on a different path, Wyatt's moved off on a different path, everyone's moved on a different path, and then they're all like, oh, actually, remember you guys were actually fighting each other, so they just sent them back in with each other. Okay. Without making any sense.
Mm-hmm. Steve, what did you think of the match? It seems to be some kind of a blow-off of the feud.
Yeah, I mean, this is the rubber match. I thought it was quite a good match. Not the best cage match I've ever seen, because I think it was obvious that Bray Wyatt was going to go over. I think find it hard to get into matches when it's pretty obvious who's going to come out the winner.
Okay. And Josh, I was surprised Jericho, did the cage bump. I suppose he wanted to kind of go up with a bang. Sold it well, like he bust his knee. What did you think of the feud as a whole, though?
The feud as a whole did let me down. When it first started, I was like, wow, this is really going to be something. But they didn't seem to gel well enough in the ring. Everything outside the ring seemed well enough, but everything in didn't.
Okay, I get that, definitely. James, if this was the blow-off, who would you put Bray Wyatt with next then?
Dolph Ziggler.
That was quick. Your reasons?
Dolph Ziggler's the one who they need someone to push. This week Miz is going nowhere fast, and a feud for Dolph Ziggler with Bray Wyatt will seek to elevate Dolph Ziggler.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Obviously, we're talking about Ziggler. We'll move on to the next segment, which was actually Ziggler and Miz angle. Ziggler came out. Obviously, recently we've had the celebrities being exposed because of this iCloud bullshit. Ziggler decided to come out, and take the piss out of the Miz, basically, saying he was a D-lister and so on. Chicks, this segment kind of drew flat for me, which is surprised because I thought Ziggler would actually kind of just go in here.
Yeah. One of those stupid angles, with the stupid photos and all sort of that. It's just rubbish, wasn't it? It's just rubbish. It's the same thing. They go back to the tried and trusted things, but they're not actually very good.
It's Vince McMahon comedy, and it's not funny.
Yeah, it's stuff that he would find funny, and it may be funny the first time they did it, like 25 years ago.
Dead out. Steve, what's your take on the new Hollywood Miz persona? Would this help him kind of reach the heights of previous years? WWE title and all that.
Yeah, I'm loving Hollywood Miz. I think it's brilliant. I think Sandow is just brilliant as a stunt double. The thing is with Sandow, the last few months he's been dressing up in all these sort of random costumes each week, and there's been no sort of purpose to it. But now he's a stunt double. He's got a purpose. He can be with Miz for a couple of months till this feud is over. And yeah, I think Miz is just such an unlikable dickhead that the whole Hollywood persona just suits him to a T, and I'm really, for the most I've enjoyed him in probably since he was WWE champion.
Right, now I've got some news on the dirt sheets. Now, I'm not happy about this, and I suppose a lot of you won't be either, but this is what it says. There's talks backstage at WWE that The Miz could be paired with NXT superstar Tyler Breeze. The reported reasoning is because the two wrestlers have similar gimmicks. Breeze would join The Miz's entourage in speech alongside Damien Sandow or other Damien Mizdow. According to a source, Breeze would not be brought in to replace Sandow. However, Sandow's current gimmick seems to be one step closer to creative, has nothing for you anyway. Your thoughts, Steve?
No, that's just gonna... I can see where they're coming from, to be honest. I mean, if they brought him up as a solo act, would he get over straight away? I think he's got a better chance of getting over with Miz, to be honest. But I think after enjoying him for so long on NXT by himself, I think I'd like to see him get a fair crack of the whip on the main roster by himself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously sometimes Shugs, they have these things where they have put people together as a shoe-in, you know, a la Diesel did when he came in, he was with HBK and so on, and then they kind of elevate them. Could that work with him? Because if he did have that shoe-in and then kind of break off from the Miz, it would only push him to maybe be a face. Would it be better off having kind of he's come by himself and then kind of just say, oh, you're stealing my shit?
Well, I think so far the transition from NXT hasn't really worked for many people. Like, if you think of the Shield, they came straight up and went to main event. Like, you know, their first appearance was on Survivor Series, and they just went in and just like effed up everyone. And apart from that, no one's really got over. So maybe they're just trying a different approach. So if they come up and he goes and attaches with a Miz, and then maybe breaks off and feuds with a Miz, then I think that might be a better way, rather than him come up and saying to the Miz, you're trying to steal my gimmick, when nobody knows who he is anyway. That might work against him.
True. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see, because obviously with the reactions that, you know, the NXT stars when they came on Raw, it seems like they're being pushed on Raw. They're going to be pushed on Raw and so on and so on, and they're probably going to bring these guys up like sooner rather than later. But hopefully they actually have things for them. Right, let's move on to the next segment, which is Natalya, Rosa versus AJ and Paige. James, apart from, you know, the fact that Natalya is, you know, being wasted and Rosa's just looks absolutely stiff, AJ and Paige is quite awkward to watch, because like we don't actually know what's happening, do we?
The only thing you can see from that match is that AJ and Paige are both clearly meant to be mental. That's the only thing you can see from that match. I didn't see the point of it whatsoever.
It's just, it doesn't look like it's just confusing. What are they doing? Why are they feuding? What is the feud about? What's the context of it? It just don't make any sense. One's coming out, they're smiling at each other, they're kissing each other. Like, what is it? It just don't make any sense.
The worst thing is, I think at some point that belt's going to be dropped to Nikki Bella as well, and that's going to be really shit.
Josh, you know, do you think the WWE are right though to kind of add Nikki to the AJ and Paige feud to break it up a bit?
I can see why they've done it, but I don't agree with it. I mean, it's the only way we're going to be interested in this Bella feud anymore, because they've sort of got the ball with that, and it weren't anything to begin with. So by adding it into AJ and Paige, we're a little bit interested.
Okay. Alright, let's move along. Next segment. Cena and Heyman promo. Now, Shugs, this was very interesting because, you know, they kind of went a different way, you know, with Cena, like by kind of attacking him in terms of, you know, Heyman pushing Cena to embrace the hate. Did you like that?
I thought it was good promo, like between both of them. I thought Cena was like, his like enthusiasm or his like, you know, intensity was good, but I still didn't like what he said. I don't think he should be bringing up like, you know, Make-A-Wish and different things like that, because I think that you need to keep them separate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because obviously he does more wishes than anyone, but like even the heels, like if somebody wants to meet Randy Orton meets Make-A-Wish kids, you know, but he can't be bringing up that in the ring, like, do you know what I mean? So I just don't think that type of thing should be brought into storylines, because that's like more serious rather than just, you know, him turning heel.
Steve, what's your views on, you know, on the way Heyman kind of attacked Cena in terms of the things that he was saying and his interactions with, you know, with the fans and stuff?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It reminded me a lot of a good version of the promo that Kane did. Remember when Kane was trying to get him to embrace the hate? But Heyman is just bloody brilliant. And I actually thought Cena actually outdid Heyman. I never thought I'd say that, but I just thought Cena's promo was just completely on point.
With Cena right now, I'm just like not beginning to, because I've always obviously kind of disliked the character and stuff, but this was a really good opportunity for them to just add something else to his character, just slightly take it away from what it is now and just switch it up a little bit, whether it's some new gear or like just a little bit, being a little bit darker but still on the face side, just something different, and I just didn't like the fact that it's just exactly the same. And if it's exactly the same, Brock Lesnar should just fuck him up exactly the same, because as far as I'm concerned, Cena's done nothing different. He's done nothing different. He's just being Super Cena again and just taking out Bray Wyatt at the expense of Bray Wyatt, and that's it. Shugs, you having a fight with the mic? Shugs. Shugs.
Yeah. Yes.
You having a fight?
Yes.
You having a fight with the mic?
I think I just pulled it out some way.
All right. Next segment. Sheamus versus Rollins. Someone's pissed me off, so Sheamus, I'm coming for you. Shugs, play my music. It's just the same as always. He goes away, off TV for a bit, come back, bam. It's just the same old shit. It's just the same old, just literally, fuck. I just had enough now. I really have just had enough. Like, they put you with people that you should be wrestling good against, and you're just making them look shit now. Like, your persona is just literally draining me away. I cannot take it anymore. Like, all the fellas and it's dead, Dread. It's fucking dead. Like, it's dead in the water now. It's just not even a gimmick anymore. It's just fucking shit. Like, it's like turned into the biggest piss break ever. Like, the only reason I'm watching your ass is because Rollins is in the ring with you, and I want to see him curb stomp your ass, and you couldn't fucking do that properly. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Josh, I had a problem with this match, obviously, because the chemistry just wasn't there, and Sheamus just didn't look right as an opponent for Rollins. Do you agree?
Yeah, it just was empty, weren't it? You was just more focused on Cesaro being outside the ring than anything, and even what they did with that was poor.
Like, we would have liked to see him just at least his face his dome get cracked into the mat with a decent curb stomp. Fucking idiot! He just made Seth look dumb, man. James, what was your take on, the finish? Were you surprised Rollins kind of got the pin, and your take on Cesaro's involvement at the end?
I personally think Sheamus should just fuck off back to Ireland now. He's old. He's not going anywhere. But it doesn't help the fact for Rollins that every time he seems to win, somebody interferes to fucking help him. Now that's somebody you want to push as a future champion. You need to be seen to be doing it on his own.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it doesn't bother me that he gets, other people kind of doing it for him on Raw. But on the pay-per-views, I would like to see him win clean. Kind of like what they did with Randy Orton that time, when he was just getting those kind of cheap wins, and then he kind of won clean, on the big stage.
Right. We might get it eventually.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. But Rollins, he's doing okay at the moment, he's kind of trying to establish himself, and he has, but at the same time, it's like, where does he lie in that group, He should be over Orton, easily. As far as I'm concerned, the focus should be on Rollins. He's got the money in the bank. Orton's not doing anything new, so fuck Orton. So, you know what I mean? They should kind of be focusing more on Rollins being the guy in the authority. But it seems like he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of Kane's running buddy, which is kind of weird. Alright, let's go on to the next segment, which was my mark out moment of the motherfucking night. NXT on Raw. Now, Shugs, when I saw the ad for TakeOver 2, and then I saw Neville, Bree, Zayn and Kid in the ring, I marked out like a little schoolboy bitch. What was your views on this? Was you surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised that, just surprised they were there, because there was no warning, and then all of a sudden they were just there in the middle of Raw, so I thought it was good. I thought they should do this more before they have these takeovers, and just advertise them a bit more. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I just love the fact that it was something different for the fans, and they really didn't know what was going on, and it was just nice to see the reactions. And then the commentary, I was so happy that they actually pulled it out of the bag in terms of, uplifting these guys and promoting these guys. And as soon as Adrian Neville got in the ring, like King did his little like kind of thing, like flipping around. He was like, "Oh, look at him!" kind of thing. But yeah, I just loved it, and the reaction to the Red Arrow was nice. Steve, could this be a good thing for the future? You know, before calling people up.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, the thing is with NXT, it's a very small crowd, probably a few hundred, and it's very, very different beast to being in front of sort of like 10, 15,000 people every week. I mean, we've seen with people like Adam Rose, he was really over in NXT, and he come up to main roster, and where is he now? The gimmick has just totally flopped with the main audience. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think just every time they do one of the main sort of main NXT shows, they should have a few matches like this on the main shows to hype it up. I mean, the Ascension were on main event, and I think I read that Zayn, Neville, and Breeze are going to be on Raw and Smackdown again this week.
Yeah, I heard exactly the same as well. So it looks like they're going to be on Raw and Smackdown. Who stood up for you though in terms of the match?
I think they all stood out really, but my two those four, my two were probably Zayn and Neville. Because when Neville hit that red arrow on the slow-mo replay, if you look at the front row, you could see about sort of 4 or 5 people's jaws just completely drop in slow motion. And this is just such a great advert for the network. What's going to make you buy the network? This match or them screaming $9.99 every 15 seconds?
Exactly. This is the main thing they should be using to pull people to buy the network. But I'm hearing all kinds of shit on the dirt sheets about Warner Brothers buying the WWE library and all this shit. Like they can't hack the network and it's failing and all this shit before we even got it. Like it's just crazy. All right, let's move on. Jerry Springer and the Bellas.
Train wreck.
Fucking hell. James, I don't even know where to even begin. Just help me out, please.
There's one word to describe it, absolute fucking train wreck. I can't even remember the last time Jerry Springer was relevant, so...
I just don't know what even to say. It's just one of that... I can't fucking believe it. Like, I thought it would have been pre-recorded. They get this guy on the show. You know, obviously Jerry Springer's a consummate professional, but jeez, man, him getting bust up because of his ankle, he needs a stretcher for the ankle. You've got like fucking look at how much officials are there. They could have helped this motherfucker walk back, like, but instead they needed a stretcher for an ankle injury. And
no, they were doing well looking for camera. They wanted to put his thumb up.
Oh fuck it up. Josh, they actually brought out the Bella's brother and called him JJ Bella. JJ Bella. They gave him the last name. That is so shit. Oh man. Anyway, what's your thoughts on this shit, man?
Well, giving him the last name isn't believable because that just sounds like such a wuss name. It was just a train wreck, but to be honest with you, I expected it. So when I didn't get it, I weren't upset. I was like, it was what it was.
Yeah, that's all you can. Yeah, you're right. That's all you can really say. It was what it was. So let's just move on. Segment 8. Goldust and Stardust versus the Los Matadores. Steve, I worry about Cody, you know, because like in this duo, you know, he's obviously like the talented one, and he's getting more exposure because he's a new character. But you know, will he kind of, you know, will the Stardust kind of get him more over than he would as just a Cody Rhodes persona, just maybe a little bit darker?
I think it all depends on what he does after this whole Stardust character is done, because I think it's no secret that I don't really find normal Cody Rhodes that interesting. So if he just goes back to being normal Cody Rhodes with the trunks and the bland look, I can't see people really catching on to him as a main event star.
Okay. Shugs, would you have them beat the Usos maybe, or you know, for them to kind of wait for the ascension for the Usos to feud with?
Yeah, I'd probably, if they can just like, you know, have a good match and like the champions, and they can, depends how that goes, I guess, because you know they had those really good matches with the Wyatts, and it depends how like an actual pay-per-view match go with the Usos, and then maybe the Ascension can come up and, like, you know, the Ascension got to beat a few people before they get to the level So maybe just to tide them over until the Ascension, like raise their profile, maybe.
I'm hearing on the dirt sheets that Vince is really high on Goldust and Stardust, mainly on Stardust because of the impact that he's had in terms of, you know, the WWE Universe's reaction to him and stuff. So it's interesting to see how far this push goes with them. I'm not talking about fucking Adam Rose and Titus and the Bunny.
Slater Gator.
Slater Gator.
Slater gon' slate. But I'm hearing the Bunny is going to turn out to be Darren Young. So,
and I heard the pre-show match for Night Champions might be Slater Gator against Adam Rose and the Bunny.
Oh no! Stop it! You must be joking. All right, let's move on to the next segment, though, which is the main event: Orton versus Reigns. Josh, we saw these two face off at SummerSlam. Was this match better than the SummerSlam match? Did you reckon?
Not for me. I know some people might disagree, but nah. I was just waiting to see what happened at the end because I was just like, yeah, when's the end gonna come? I know something's gonna happen because it's too early to start this match. So I was a bit wait.
Just waiting to see what happens. I mean, that means the match probably was predictable then because, I mean, most of the matches on Raw recently have been, very predictable. But let's switch that to the end. James, Kane and Rollins came out with officials. The cage started to come down. What was your feelings about how Raw ended?
I thought it was a nice touch from for Cage to come back down to give Reigns the beat down because it's not going to hurt him if he comes back stronger and attacks them all one by one, building him up to be the alpha male that they want. But to me, I'm one of these when it comes to end it right. It was good. It was good, but it could have been done better.
Okay. I mean, the end Shugs kind of surprised me. I mean, Rollins nearly got fucking impaled into the match. Did you see that?
Yeah, when the cage came back down.
Shit, was he meant to do that or what?
Well, obviously no. Maybe if he was meant to throw it in, he wasn't supposed to go underneath the spike. Yeah.
And then we get Rollins with just upstaging Jericho with the massive crossbody from the top. What was your thoughts on the curb stomp though on Reigns?
Yeah, I just think the curb stomp is turning into one of those moves that is just. It looks better every time you see it, and it seems to put people out and keep them down, which is always good. You don't get people kicking out of curb stomp or having a curb stomp and then coming back and just effing everyone up. So I just think Rollins needs to be booked better, but the curb stomp, at least the curb stomp is over.
Well, how do you reckon he should be booked then? How could he?
So just he seems like he's less of a lackey rather than, I know he's got the money in the bank and he's being quite protected. He doesn't seem to be losing all the time, but he should be more prominent, I guess, because he's sort of gone from being in the front to being at the back. Kane and Orton have sort of been pushed more to the front than he is within the authority.
Well, that's understandable, definitely. I definitely agree with you in that sense, and I think they should mention the briefcase a lot more, as well. But I suppose that might happen once Ambrose comes back. All right, that's the end of Raw, people. If you want to hear all kinds of accents from the UK, this is the show to listen to. We've got a Brummie, yeah. We've got a Londoner. We've got a Welsh. We've got a Bristolian, even though I don't sound, Bristolian. We've got a Yorkshireman. Fucking hell, man. If you want to hear what the UK is all about in terms of accents, listen to this motherfucking show. Raw ratings, people. Shucks.
6.
Oh, I thought you was going to go lower, but okay. 6. James.
6.
Josh.
6.
Steve.
Yeah, 6 as well for me.
6 is across the board. Okay, alright, well, let's go on to the Raw feedback then. I will start with, I got one sent in by Tony Walker. He actually emailed it because it was kind of long, but I will read it out. So he says, good cage match, good way, I suppose, to kick off Raw. Would have put this match on the pay-per-view, but hey, have to say, there were times in the match, it was like Cena Wyatt example when Chris tried to get out over the top of the cage and Harper and Rowan were there waiting for him. in an alright match. Won by Jericho. What? This doesn't make sense. I'll move on. Randy Orton says he has a plan for Reigns that would make what Seth did to Ambrose look like something out of Sunday school. Hashtag whatever. Ziggler once again stealing the show, owning the Rock wannabe Miz and his sidekick Mr. Sandow. I just hope that Maurice did not walk in on the Miz when he was getting the photos took. Defo, the one with the Sandow, was doing. Question: Miz is married, right? Yeah, he is married. Paige and AJ versus Natalya and Rosa. Once again, Paige skipped around wishing she was AJ. God Almighty, thank God AJ tagged herself in and saved the match. In my opinion, Tony, even though she tagged herself in, I do not like the way she applies the Black Widow like that. It looks so fake. It looks so shit. She needs to do that swinging shit into the Black Widow. Anyway, more mind games by the true crazy diva of the WWE. Orton takes out Jericho. Guess he thought Jericho was Reigns. I don't know. It made no sense. Heyman promo on behalf of Brock Lesnar. Cena soon shut him up by getting in his face. More sucking up by Heyman. Either that or playing mind games. Sheamus Rollins. Swiss Superman playing mind games with Sheamus, allowing Rollins the advantage to get the win. Will we get a new champ at the end of Night of Champions? Doubt it, but if so, maybe the Swiss Superman will get a new theme song. Oh fuck, I don't know what the hell they've put in another siren, haven't they? They've definitely put in another different siren. Alright, Tony, this is a lot, brother, so I'm just going to skip right to the end. Roman Reigns versus Orton. Thought their match at SummerSlam was 10 times better than the ads. No, I do not watch Raw on WWE app, so hashtag pointless. Anyway, the plan backfired on Orton, but Seth died from hell, saved Orton, love Rollins, hate the big red brown noser and the Viper, the next world champ, and the big red brown noser. This is just not making any sense. Anyway, Anthony, Tony Walker, thanks for giving your thoughts. Shugs.
Well, like Steve Dawson is here, so I'll go on to Michael Cook. This week's show was a lot better than the garbage that's been on the last couple of weeks. Great opening match between Jericho and Bray Wyatt. This was the perfect way to get Jericho off TV. Shame that he's going to have one more match on Night of Champions against Randy Orton, and he was on Smackdown. WWE seemed determined to ruin any kind of momentum Wyatt gets. Good to see Cena doing a Sheamus promo and work well with Heyman. A fantastic idea showcasing NXT superstars. They should have been doing this stuff like this ages ago. Jerry Springer segment was what you expect, so I'm not going to get too angry about it. Just don't do it again. Main event between Reigns and Orton was good, and the aftermath was very strong. I thought Rollins destroying Reigns would be a good way to have a Rollins, Orton versus Reigns Ambrose tag match at Hell in a Cell, but as usual, WWE have shit the bed and put Reigns and Orton match against each other at Night of Champions. Yet again, nobody sells a beatdown, rating 5 out of 10.
Quickly, Dazzy says, better than the previous 2 weeks, but that wasn't difficult to achieve. Josh is here, so we don't need to give his feedback. But Billy, the Mark Johnson, says, a good cage match to open the show. The Bella segment was not comically bad like I expected. It was just bad. Great to see the NXT guys given the time to shine. Heyman owned Cena on the mic, but it was good to see Cena cutting a serious promo for once, and the main event was average at best. All in all, a solid 4 out of 10, but it would have been perceived as being worse if this show didn't fall 2 weeks worth of awful Raws. Alright. Shugs, we should get the message reader on the Android, like what Waiting and fucking John Pollock did.
Oh, the robot.
Yeah. Good cage match to open show. Alright, people, we're going to go to a break, but we'll be back with Smackdown in 60 seconds, Sugs Stunners, Segue weekly poll, ODB interview part 2, going to talk a little takeover, beat the clock, Kinny versus Josh, in the words of, don't miss it.
Be sure to listen to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
What?
Every Sunday with Kenny, Killa, and the Gal Dem Sugar Shugs.
Yes!
with all the news, views, and laughter that you want.
They like jet airplanes. They like long limousines.
Every Sunday, the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on Podomatic, iTunes, and YouTube.
So why don't you choke on that, slap nut?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It's episode 77 and I am your boy Kinny Killa. Also obviously with the Goddamn Sugar Shugs. I'm also here with Master of the Top Rope Elbow Steve Dawson, Head of Fan Relations James Powers, and Joshua Smith. So right about now, Smackdown in 60 seconds. Roll with it, Shugs.
Okay, so SmackDown starts off with the Usos, Mark Henry, and Big Show taking on Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Stardust, and Goldust, and the faces get the win. Then we have Bo Dallas defeat Justin Gabriel. Don't know where they dug him up from. Jack Swagger was at ringside, taunting Bo. Bo looked good and got the win with a Bulldog. Paige defeated Summer Rae in a non-title match with Layla at ringside. Paige used AJ Lee's Black Widow to win. AJ was on commentary. Then we had Mark Henry against Rusev in an international arm wrestling competition. Mark Henry won. Rusev called for a rematch and lost when Henry threw powder. Lana threw powder in Henry's face. Ziggler and R-Truth. And R-Truth was dressed up like Ziggler. So he had the pink t-shirt on and the little booty shorts and even did like a little booty shake and against the Miz and Damian Mizdow. Ziggler and Truth got the win. Bullshit. And then the main event was Chris Jericho and Roman Reigns against Randy Orton and Seth Rollins in a tag match. Jericho blocked the DDT and rolled Orton for the win. Jericho and Reigns celebrated at the end of SmackDown. Fade to black.
Fade to black. All right. Time for Sugs Stunners. Yeah, I know, man.
Another shit week. Jobber of the week. Jerry Springer.
Yes.
He jobbed out. So he couldn't even sell the ankle injury. He's just fucking laughing. So he was so shit. Move of the week, it's got to be another curb stomp onto the steel chair. Wrestler of the week, the bunny.
Oh my god, the bunny. Alright, the bunny. Oh god. Right, Segue Weekly Poll. So, this week on Raw, we saw NXT being showcased in the build up to NXT TakeOver 2. Was this a good move? 100% everybody said yes, which was great. But we had some really good responses. Some people said it gave it well-needed advertisement. They need to do this every so often to test talents. They might want to be brought up to the main roster. That way you would avoid flubs. It can only help the transition from stars from NXT to Raw. NXT is better than Raw, week in, week out. Has been in the case since around the time Bo Dallas took over from Big E. Just hope by the time this batch get up to Raw, the stop-start booking will have fucked off. Look at the Shield. That is how you book the future. And someone else said, it's a fabulous move on WWE's part to briefly feature NXT on the main roster shows. It doesn't need to be done every week, but every now and then would be very welcome. Okay, so thank you everyone for participating in that. I'm not sure what we're going to ask this week, but any ideas, any views, please tweet it out to us. Right, so right about now, it's what you've been waiting for. We're going to go to the part 2 interview with ODB, where she starts to talk about her last run in TNA, why she left, and what TNA is like before she left. So without further ado, here is part 2. OVW, TNA came calling again around probably like 2007, if I remember rightly. When you came back at Bound for Glory, so what made you came back?
Yeah, because they were just starting, the TNA Knockout division, and they had a group of us, and actually I remember, 2007, it was a Bound for Glory, and all of us, they assigned all of us that were there, and I remember everyone got signed, but I was like, well, I didn't get nothing yet. Well, they forgot to sign me, so. And I was still at OVW at the time. I think I had to drop the title, because I was like, well, if you're gonna, be on a pay-per-view at TNA, it's kind of, it's a little, the other company. So then, then TNA did, sign me full time. So, yeah, that was great. I mean, we had a good group of girls to start the division up, because we all were so different, and that's what made the Knockout stand out, because different is good,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I believe that your character evolved so much, like you said, in OVW and in your return to TNA. I mean, you were this brash, funny, and, just legit badass bitch that just don't give a shit, and I think that's the times, that is what people want to see, and you started off being a heel, but you gravitated to the fans, and then you became a face for it. All right, let me ask you this question then: how much of ODB is actually Jessy Creaser?
It is me with the volume turned up.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear.
So, and it was me. Like, I'm not, I just am who I am, and I represent, I'm trying to think, what do I represent? Because people can relate to me, women and men. I'm a non-cookie cutter. I'm not a size 5, and I don't want to be, and, it was kind of fresh, and I liked it because I would sit on the plane, I would go home, and I would study my character. I was writing down promos, I was thinking of, good little things to say, little phrases. I mean, I was working nonstop. I mean, it was wrestling. I mean, it was 24/7 wrestling. And I was, I'm like, I'm not going to worry about no fancy outfit. I'm not going to have a new outfit for every pay-per-view, every TV. I'm not going to wear sparkles, It's like, I actually still wrestle in the same outfit I started in 2007.
I mean, that outfit is short.
I have it in 2 colors, pink and tan. I still wear the 2 damn things.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that you said that, it's you with the volume turned up, because I tell you what, it just wouldn't want it any other way, and it just shows that you're able, being yourself is a seller, So you had some notable feuds, matches in TNA, but there's one I just have to ask you about: Cody Deaner. All right. Now, who came up with this angle?
Oh my God, that was because I remember they were doing. Because with me, sometimes they always kind of want to go outside the box.
Yeah.
Like, if I wasn't involved in the knockout division at that time, if I wasn't going after the title, they're like, well, you're such a character, we still want you on TV, but we just need to figure something out. So I would always send in stuff. I would always, write up new stuff for my character, and we came up with Win a Date with ODB. So then we, people sent in videos, which I watched a lot of them, and they were pretty entertaining. And that's how Cody was found. So I remember that's actually Eric Young, EY, my hubby, is his best buddy. They're best friends from Canada, and he was like, so Cody sent in a tape, and we're all looking at it, we're like, oh, I think this is the one. I think this could be it. So I had a blast with him, because I met him in the indies and stuff, and we had good chemistry. It was just, and then it just kind of went. They didn't really know what was going to happen with us, and then we just, played off each other, and it was funny. I mean, I was kind of manhandling him a lot more.
It worked. It definitely worked. I tell you, from a TV standpoint, it definitely worked.
And then I think one of my favorite matches was with him when we had to wrestle for the knocked up title, and I have mad respect for Cody Deaner. most guys, if they get put in a ring with a chick, they're like, oh, come on. I'm like, it's entertainment, like, make the people believe, just like, and he did an awesome job. I thought that's still one of my favorite matches today.
2010, you left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what happened there? Was that contract issues, or are you
I just got offered a new deal, and I didn't take it in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that's actually, I just started, bartending more. And it's one of those things where it's like, I knew I wasn't over. I mean, that's 2010. I was like I was just getting into my career, I'm like, oh, I'll be back. Mm-hmm. No worries, So I just, I was gone for, not a year, but maybe 8-9 months. Then they called me back. And then that was when Eric Bischoff and Hogan were there. And I remember going back, and I wrestled Madison Rain. She did like an open challenge or something. Mm-hmm. And then my ass came out, and the crowd was like, oh, crap, And of course, I didn't do a lot of indies during that time off. If I came back, I was a house of fire. I mean, I don't think I'd want to be my opponent. And my chops are kind of brutal. And I chopped the hell out of her. Yeah, I heard about that one. And then I came back, and then Eric Bischoff pulled me aside. He's like, why the hell do you not have a job here? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, things didn't work out a year ago, and blah, blah. He's like, well, you're getting your job back. So, Bischoff got me my job back, and so I always liked, Bischoff and Hogan. They got who I was, so they got it. They loved the character, and they helped me out a lot.
Okay, like you said, you came back, you won more Knockouts titles, you had some great feuds with Mickie James, Madison Rains, Gail Kim, even Lady Tapper. But what was your favorite feud in TNA, if you have one?
Well, actually, I loved wrestling all of them, because all of them, everyone's so different. Like, if I was going to wrestle with beautiful people, I knew it was going to be more of an entertaining match, because we have such big characters. And I knew if I was going to wrestle Gail Kim, I'm like, well, my ass has to step it up and, get my technical moves out. And she brought the best out of me in that way. With Mickie James, it was just a competitive fight with her. And with Lady, with Awesome Kong, I loved wrestling her because I loved being the smaller girl, So when I finally got to wrestle Kong, I was like, sweet, I'm going to get my ass kicked. This is going to be awesome. Well, not really, but because we did a lot of house shows together. I'm like, damn it, I'm going to get powerbombed every freaking night. Oh. She was awesome to work with. And then I think one of my favorite fun feuds is when they put me and EY together.
Oh, yeah. The knocked up tag time champions.
Yep, yeah, we never defeated them.
Man, I tell you what, watching you and EY together was TV gold. TV gold, man. That guy is one talented guy, and just to see both of you put together was just amazing. So you've wrestled over here in the UK. In your eyes, what's the difference between the UK and US fans?
Oh my God, the fans in the UK are ridiculous. It's just, that's my favorite time to go on the UK tour every year. It's like, they're so grateful. Like we're doing autograph signings for, 3-4 hours, and it's just, you don't realize you're doing it for that long because the fans are just awesome. They appreciate what you do. And the crowd is just, can't even explain it. It's just like the energy out there. And it's just cool because they only get to see us once a year. So I think that's what it is. And it's just, I love it out there. I definitely want to start doing more, bookings out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because we would love to have you over here. I mean, you're 100% right. Like, because we're not overexposed to the business, we appreciate every single time you guys come over, whether it is TNA, whether it's WWE, whoever it is. We just love wrestling, and whenever any of you guys come over, it's just amazing. That's why I fully appreciate the fact that you're speaking to us today and speaking to all the Segheads and all the listeners out there, because they will really appreciate the fact that you've taken the time out to speak with us. I want to get your take though on TNA now, because obviously you've left now, so that's kind of fresh. Are you able to say what the reasons why you left?
Well, I was offered a new contract back in June. I did not take it. And I'm just leaving my options open right now. I have, I'm working with a manager, and she has been working her ass off for me. I'm just looking out, for other avenues, and there's a lot of opportunities come my way, outside of wrestling. I've been talking to different networks, production companies, animation, TV, sport agencies, product companies. I just been going back and forth to LA a lot. I'm just branding ODB right now.
Nice.
And I think my manager, we've been working a lot together, and we also have a team working with us. And she just said, "Why hasn't anyone done anything with you?" She's like, "I don't get it." She's like, "You're a brand." She's like, "Why hasn't anyone got that?" And I've been waiting for someone like that to actually, come my way, because, you can't really do it yourself. You can't get the meetings on your own. So she's just like, I am gonna make ODB, and I'm still wrestling, but it's just, right now I needed to, take some time and really brand myself so I can, become a bigger value in, in entertainment business. And a lot of people want to work with me, but I haven't haven't signed anything on the dotted line yet. But it's just kind of a fun time right now, because I don't know what the hell is happening. I got with the Airstream trailer that I have, that's gotten a lot of PR with. Been getting a lot of TV time with that. I just did an episode of My Family Recipe Rocks with Joey Fatone.
Oh wow, okay.
From NSYNC, and so we did a little cooking there at the Airstream with that, and I'm going to be in actually Airstream Life magazine. I'm going to be in their November issue. They did a nice little story on me.
See,
so yeah, so
it's all happening. It's all happening.
Yeah,
and it's all happening without getting, injuries. So
yeah, so not take bumps. Kind of nice.
So I want to get your take on TNA though, because this is kind of like a fall from grace for them at the moment. They've got numerous of talents left, financial troubles, and now the deal with Spike is kind of up in the air. What was backstage like, towards the end?
I kind of because I haven't been there since April, I think. April or May, when the last time we taped at Orlando. I mean, we have so much freaking talent there, It just sucks because I'm hoping, I want teenagers to succeed, because it's more jobs for the boys, You need, I think that, it's going to do good. They're going to, I'm sure they're going to re-sign, and but it's just I would be a little, I guess I'd be a little scared, if I was still with them, but it's I don't know.
Well, you got out while you could, and now you've got all these other opportunities happening, so you just have to be thankful for that. Finally, I want to just ask you, what does the future hold for ODB, Jessy Creaser?
Oh boy. Well, hopefully soon, everyone will soon find out, because I've been working on a lot of stuff, and hopefully, stuff will start coming together soon, and you'll be seeing ODB, ODB stuff around coming out. So, and I also, run bars back home, so I'm working on, getting my own ODB bar. So that's in the future. So one dirty bar, So you have to come to Minnesota though and check it out.
And I want to see an ODB hip flask. That's what I want to see out in the shops. I want to see that.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's still good stuff.
Can you let all your UK fans know where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter. It's the ODB Bam, and that's my Instagram too. I always tweet, fun pictures. I'm not really in a bikini a lot, so you're not going to see a lot of selfies in that. But then you can also, if you want to book me for anything, it's the ODB Bookings. Well, I don't even know my own email. ODB Bookings Bam at gmail.com.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is just thank you for again spending the time to speaking with me. I know the Segheads and all the listeners out there will be happy. And all I want to do is thank you and just good luck with everything in the future. And yeah, long may your success continue.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the interview and you wanting to do it.
And there you go, people. Part 2 over. What an interview. It was so nice to sit down with ODB Jessy Creaser, and she just let it rip, man. She's just a legit badass bitch, man. She's just as real as she comes. So I hope you enjoyed that. We have more interviews for you coming. Don't worry, that's not going to be the only one. We've got loads more coming. Max Wrestling Magazine, they will also be covering this. So, make sure you don't miss that in our November issue. All right, so right about now, people, we're going to talk a little bit about TakeOver. Now, for me, TakeOver was just amazing. We'll just go a little bit through it. I mean, Sugs Mojo got his ass kicked.
Good. He even got his face bust open, didn't he, as well?
Yeah. What did it? I missed it.
I didn't. I tried to look back and see, but I couldn't see where it was. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he was too hyped and his face exploded.
fucking Bull Dempsey with a Air Canada headbutt, man. Jeez, I did not see that coming. But nevertheless, Steve, Kalisto, seen Hunako Kara, against Ascension. Kalisto is a crazy motherfucker. This guy is so good. He should be getting up there soon, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I can see this guy being the new Rey Mysterio. I can see him having a long career in WWE. I'm just really, I'm just happy the Ascension have lost the bloody titles.
Yeah, man. What about the Solita del Sol, man? That finish, Steve.
Love it. Yeah, really good finish. I think it makes a change from a high-flying guy not to have a top-rope finisher. Because you see all these high-flying guys and they're all doing these flips off the top rope, which Kalisto does, but to finish them off, he does like an actual proper move, which I think is a nice touch.
James, do you like the name Lucha Dragons?
No, they could have come up with something better, but I agree with Steve. He's obviously he's going to be the next Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio apparently is not even cashing his checks anymore.
He just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm going on AAA. I'm going on AAA, and I don't give a fuck what you say. That's what he's doing. All right, so let's move on. Josh, did you watch TakeOver?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What did you think of Bayley versus Charlotte, man? Because these women are doing so good right now on NXT.
Yeah, hottest thing going. An amazing match, as always. I'm interested to see how it's going to go now with Sasha and everything like that. Can't wait.
Shugs. Now, I obviously we listened to What's Next, with Braden Harrington and Jason Agnew. What is your thoughts between Charlotte and Bayley? Because my thoughts is with Bayley. Charlotte is ugly.
I just think they're both. If you're choosing between the two, it's like slim pickings. But definitely not Charlotte. She looks like she's just too long.
And the mole just nah.
Yeah, but it's surprising like how good she's got in a short space of time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know. It's only been a year.
Yeah.
It's only been a year, and she's what, a fitness model and all of that, and all of a sudden like she's she's really good. And Bayley, I've always liked Bayley in ring anyway. I've always liked her, and it's been good. And now to throw Sasha in the mix as well. hey, I've been saying for time, this girl needs to get up onto the main roster because she's just straight hood, she's straight bitch, and that's what we want on, to see on the main roster. Chicks, what did you think of Baron Corbin though?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think he was really good. He's really he looks different than the rest of the roster, you know what I mean? He's really big and intimidating, and he'll probably get fast forwarded up to the main roster, I think.
Get that mojo push.
Yeah.
But that Steve, man, that punch and then the finish, that I did not expect to see a punch like that and that finishing move. What did you think of that finish, man?
That finish made me jump off my seat and just yell, "What the fuck was that?" Because that was just crazy. I just can't work out how he got the momentum, because he picked him up, went forward, and suddenly, without any sort of movement, he just sort of flicked back.
What is the thing is, if you're picking him up like that, right, and you lean forward, and all CJ Parker has to do is lift his legs up, and that's where you get the momentum from.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like when the first time I saw the Canadian Destroyer, I was just like, wait, what the hell was that? But yeah, man, they've been saying in the Performance Center that he's been doing really good, and it looks like he's, like Shug said, he's gonna get some crazy push. James, hair versus hair match. Now, Enzo and Big Cass, you already know I am massive fans of these guys, even though obviously their in-ring is not all that, but their gimmicks are just so joke, man. What did you think of that whole thing with Sylvester Lefort and Max Louis?
I think it was an awesome match. I thought the entire pay-per-view was awesome, which makes me think with WWE, if they can do something like that with NXT, why the hell is Raw and SmackDown so shit week in, week out? Because they can do things like that for one program, why can't they do it for it all?
Shugs, why are you going in? He's right. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. Oh shit. Sorry guys, he's just writing shit on the comments thing, he's fucking going in on me. Anywho, you fuckers too cold school here. Flash funk. Anywho, yeah, hair versus hair. Oh god, these guys are funny. But then obviously we got the main event. Shugs. Man, that is the way how to book a fatal 4-way, man.
Yeah, I just think obviously these guys are, they're not resting on their laurels. So on the main event, you got people like Orton, and he'll have a good match if he decides he wants to have a good match. Whereas these guys are hungry, and they're trying to get on to be on Raw and get on to be on SmackDown, and you can see it just in everything they do, really, that they're putting in 100% and they're giving their best. And you don't always get that on the roster.
Mm-hmm. The dynamic was it was a good dynamic, but it started off quite slow, which was a bit weird at first, but then it's just started to pick up, and I like the way how they booked it in terms of Adrian Neville just getting his ass kicked every time he tried to get in the ring. He was just getting kicked up. Steve, there was one point where Tyson Kidd kicked Neville in his face, and it looked so harsh outside the ring. I just thought, what the hell? I had to rewind a couple of times because it sounded so sick. But
there were some brutal shots in there, weren't there?
Yeah, the whole the whole main event, there seemed to be some brutal shots. But what did you think of the way that Tyson Kidd, portrayed himself in the match?
Yeah, it just goes back to a few years back when the old CM Punk said Tyson Kidd's a real workhorse and he should be getting pushed. And last week he actually proved it. Tyson Kidd doesn't get featured much, but in NXT he's really, in the last 2 or 3 months, he's really coming to his own. Really enjoyed his stuff down there.
James, Tyler Breeze seemed to be out of the match a bit until that point where he came in and just gave the beauty shot to Zayn, sweet chin to Kidd, and then a jump in. He stopped. Who was it? He stopped someone from jumping off the top rope with a drop kick. Do you think he should have got a bit more highlighted?
I think they're highlighting the ones mainly that the one. Obviously, we can see that Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn are probably going to be the first two to move up full time. But I thought it was a great match all across the board. They're 4 great superstars, and what I can't understand at the minute is they're awesome. So why do they have superstars at the minute like what's his face, Justin Gabriel, who sit around? Don't know. Why don't let them go back down to NXT?
And Shugs, I mean, the finish, I literally thought Zayn was going to win. The way he was carrying on, I actually thought he was going to win. And then Adrian Neville just pulled him out of the ring, and then Zayn tried to get dark and got sweet chin in his face. Like, Neville takes it down. Do you think that was the right decision, or did you think that maybe Tyson Kidd should have taken it?
Yeah, obviously, you know, you only lose when you're going up to the main roster, so maybe they're not ready to push him up yet, and maybe they see some more legs in this. Like, you know, obviously they want to have him, get him to have the one-on-one feud with Sami Zayn, and then for them to have some more matches. So yeah, I just think that it's good. I think Tyson Kidd has had sort of like a rebirth, and I think all four of them like look really good. So maybe they're going to split off and do some more matches, and then maybe have another Fatal 4-Way even.
That would be nice. And quickly, Steve, Hideo Itami, obviously the name change. Regal comes out. I'm so glad it was Regal rather than Flair, because what the fuck is Flair doing there? Again, just put him in a stupid position where he doesn't actually need to be there. No relevance. But what did you think about his interaction with Ascension? Because I was surprised that they even came out.
I was surprised about the Ascension as well. Before the show, I was trying to think of who he would have like interactions with. I wouldn't have picked Ascension at all. But I thought he came across quite well. He took out the tag champs for nearly a year all by himself, and yeah, I thought he was quite good. I quite like his name as well.
I mean, it's going to be interesting for a lot of people to see what his in-ring work is like. I mean, I've seen him wrestle, but not a lot of people have. So it'll be interesting to see the WWE style of Hideo Itami. Because obviously we know that they've already filmed the next 4 weeks, so he'll be debuting next week. So on NXT, it'll be just interesting to see, you know, how he fares down there. Obviously, he's probably going to be NXT champion at some point. English was okay; it was a lot better than I thought it would be. He didn't leave Funaki out there, so there you go. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the main event of the show. It is Beat the Clock. It's the second quarterfinal. It is me versus Josh. Let's see if he can bust another giant killing. Josh, Shugs has got the questions. James sent them to him. Shugs, he got them up. All right, cool. So take it over, Quizmaster Shugs.
Okay, so Josh, do you want question set A or question set B?
B.
So, Kinny, you'll go first then?
Yeah.
Okay, so, 3, 2, 1, go. No Way Out 2009, who was defending champ?
No Way Out 2009, Edge.
Yep. Who won the 2007 Money in the Bank match?
RVD?
Nope.
Kennedy?
Yes. Who was the leader of the cabinet?
The cabinet? JBL?
Yep. Name 2 people Kofi Kingston has been tag champs with.
R-Truth and, what's his name? Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne.
Yep. Rikishi has been the IC champ, true or false?
True.
What year did Sunday Night Heat stop?
Oh shit, Sunday Night Heat, 2003?
No.
4?
No.
2001?
No.
Pass.
Where is Dean Ambrose billed from?
Oh shit. I know this one as well. Pass.
Whose finisher is the kill switch?
Oh, Christian.
Yeah, time up.
Alright.
Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Shit.
Josh is in trouble.
Okay. So, let me wait for this clock. Okay, so, and Josh in 3, 2, 1, go. No Way Out 2009, who was the defending World Heavyweight Champ?
Undertaker.
Nope.
Cena.
Yep. Who won the 2006 Money in the Bank match?
RVD.
Yep. Who was the leader of the Disciples of Apocalypse?
The who? Bloody hell. Pass.
Name 2 people Y2J has been tag champs with.
Big Show and Christian.
Yeah. R-Truth has been the US champ, true or false?
True.
What year did Velocity stop?
2002.
No.
03.
No.
4.
No.
5.
No.
6.
Yeah. Where is Seth Rollins billed from?
Somewhere Ohio. Oh, pass.
Whose finisher is the final cut?
Goldust.
Nice.
Yeah. And time's up.
He's done it again. It's a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Draw.
Oh.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
I'd just like to say, Josh, if you do beat me, well done, mate.
All right. So I've got 2 questions. I'm gonna. There's 2 questions I can choose from, and trying to see which one is the hardest. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So just whoever gives the first answer. Okay. We ready?
Yep.
All right. Paul Lloyd Jr. is the real name of who?
Heyman.
No.
Paul London?
No. Paul Lloyd Jr. is the real name of who?
Jeez. Regal.
No.
Sheamus. No, not Sheamus.
You two are rubbish. All right. No, I give you a different question. I don't want to be here all day. Okay, so in the same theme, Matthew Cardona is the real name of who?
Cardona.
Evan Buck? No, that's not it.
What the fuck? Matthew Cardona. Fucking, what's his name? Santino Marella?
No.
Shit. Matthew Cardona.
Just say some wrestlers, man.
Fucking, alright, it's not fucking Christian. I'm just, Titus O'Neil.
No.
Avignon.
No.
Fucking Damon Sandow.
No.
Miz.
No.
Ziggler. No, it's not Ziggler. Fucking, Mike Chioda.
No.
Fucking, shit, none of the Usos. Fucking Dean Ambrose. It's not Seth Rollins.
You're thinking the wrong end of the card.
Fucking fuck. Hornswoggle.
Come on, Josh, I'd ever guess.
Fucking.
I know, but there's just so many
right, we're thinking right at the bottom, the very shite at the bottom.
Fucking Heath Slater. Oh fuck.
The Bunny.
lower than Heath Slater and the Bunny.
Oh fucking hell.
Justin Gabriel.
No, but I'm going to give you the point because I was Paul Lloyd Jr. So you won.
How did that work? How does that work, Shugs? Yeah, how does that fucking work, bro? I said if Joshua fairly beats me, well done to you, Josh, but that's not fair, is it? Fuck.
Well,
Alright.
Neither of you have got the answer still.
Alright. Call it audible, Shugs. Just bust a question, or Steve, I know Steve probably will bust one off the top of his head.
Steve, I'm leaving it to you.
Okay, I don't know. Oh God, putting pressure on me now.
Anything. James, you got anything, brother?
I've got loads on the screen. Do you want one?
Yeah, go for it, man.
WrestleMania 24 main event, Edge versus The Undertaker. Very, very fast run from the referee. Which one?
Charles Robinson.
Mike Yoda.
Charles Robinson, correct.
Oh, bastard.
Boom! Oh, shit. Alright, fucking hell. Let's just... Yeah, nice one, Josh. Fucking... Yeah, I took it down. Steve, me and you next in the semi-final, brother. That's right.
Bring it on.
Yeah, so the next quarterfinal match will be... Well, it should be next week. Dyer versus Billy the Mark Johnson. And then after that, it will be Shugs versus Tim Vicious. So... Steve, shit, it's me and you. This is gonna be a good match, bruv. This is gonna be a good match.
It'll be The Rock versus John Cena Part 3.
Alright then, people. Alright, so that's the end of the show. I'd like to thank James and Steve for the late call that I gave them and them jumping on the show. So James, please, would you like to tell people where they can find you and plug the shit out of your shit, please?
Yeah, everybody, you can follow me at JamesPowers33 on Twitter. You can check out our show at James Will Ramble and follow my partner in crime, Mr. Michael Rodriguez, at Mr. President 92.
Okay. Steve, let them know where they can find you.
Yep, Top Rope Elbow on Twitter.
There you go. Josh, again, you came back this week. Thanks. And also, obviously, we're going to get you on again soon. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
It was a pleasure. I'm sorry to say I no longer live by the motto eat, sleep and conquer, but hey ho.
You nearly got there.
Yeah, you fucking bastard, you nearly got it. But let the people know where they can find you on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at pardon_say_again.
Okay. Obviously, I cannot do this without the goddamn sugar shugs.
Yeah, it was great fun spending 40 minutes doing the fucking beat the clock.
Fuck. No, in the words of, just because I can, and just because I don't give a shit. So, if you don't like it, you can choke on that slap nuts. My big slap nuts. Woo!